start on our backs. If you have a couple of blocks, feel free to prop yourself up in a chest opener as we get started. Otherwise, you're just flat on your back. Okay, so optional chest opener here. And once you're settled down, either on a couple of blocks in a chest opener or flat on your back, open your arms wide, like an airplane if you can. And if it's comfortable for your body, make a butterfly shape with your legs. Bend your knees, tilt your knees out wide, bring the soles of your feet together. And take a moment to get settled and take a really deep, slow breath in through your nose. And a deep, slow breath back out again. All right, so I want to start you with a Japanese proverb. It really spoke to me in this time of uncertainty that we're in the midst of. And it goes like this: fear is only as deep as the mind allows. Fear is only as deep as the mind allows. Yoga is many things, but it is a way of really directing the energy of our minds to where we want it to go. And so that's our goal tonight. Practice channeling our energy in a positive direction. And in particular, since a lot of us are at home dealing with making do with working from our living rooms, from our bedrooms, this practice is going to be kind of an anti-couch asana practice. If you've been sitting a lot on your couch or maybe not moving around quite as much as you normally do, this will be a great practice for you. So on your next exhalation, exhale everything out. A nice, full, deep, complete exhalation. Hold that breath out for a moment. And now as slowly and deeply as you can, inhale, 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 inhale until you can't possibly inhale anymore. Hold that breath in for a moment. And sigh it out through your mouth. Press it all the way out. Hold it out for a moment. And then do it again as slowly and deeply as you can. Inhale all the way in. Hold that breath in the best you can. And out through your mouth. Press it all the way out. When your lungs are completely empty, do one more round as deeply as you can. Inhale. Fill up the top of your lungs, the bottom, side to side, front to back. Hold that breath in. A little bit longer this time if you can. And out through your mouth. If your knees are wide, use your hands. Help your knees draw together. And if you're propped up on blocks, bring yourself up, move your blocks to the side. And then we'll meet down on our backs, hug your knees in, and give yourself a rock side to side. All right, so we're going to start with a little core move that usually I call it dying bug, but I'm going to call it dying virus today. So stack your knees over your hips, put a 90-degree bend in your knees, and stretch your arms straight up toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, tap your left toes down to the mat and take your right arm by your right ear. Squeeze your belly in. Inhale, come back up to your starting point. Exhale, tap your right toes down, left arm by your left ear overhead. Belly squeezes in. Inhale, come back up. You could keep going like that, or if you want a little bit more challenge, straighten your left leg out and hover it above the ground, right arm by your right ear. Inhale, back to your starting position. Exhale, right toes tap down or right leg straightens out and hovers. And inhale, back up. Let's go a few rounds side to side. Tighten in your rib cage, squeeze your belly in, relax your neck. It's a bit like doing a bird dog on our back. So if you're going out long with your leg, really stretch out long fingers to toes, opposite arm and leg. But back off where you need to so you don't feel like you're straining. Most important thing is your breath. Always slow, deep breaths in and out. If you can shift yourself to Ujjayi breath, do that here. A little tension in the back of your throat. And let's take one more round. One nice thing about Zoom is if you're glaring at me while we do core, I can't see it. And hug your knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. And drop your feet, straighten your legs, take your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, turn your palms back. Point your toes, arch your back a little bit, take a deep breath in. And out through your mouth, unwind your fingers, change the interlacing, opposite pinky than normal on the outside. This time flex your feet, press your heels forward. Tuck your tailbone under, flatten your back into the mat gently. Now a deep breath in again. And out through your mouth. Unwind your arms, bring them down by your sides, and set yourself up for bridge pose. So your feet come in, feet flat on the mat, hip distance apart, heels close to your hips. Arms in a Shavasana shape. Take a breath in. Exhale, lengthen your tailbone, lift your hips up, squeeze your low belly in, like you're trying to zip a tight pair of pants. Take a deep breath in, and if you're comfortable lifting higher, lift your chest toward your chin a little bit. Exhale, lower back down. So let's lift and lower a few times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Keep a neutral curve at the back of your neck. Keep your knees in line with your hips and ankles rather than knocking in or swaying wide. A little bit of deep abdominal support. Lift your pelvic floor muscles. That can help you to feel that deep muscle. Your transverse abdominis should feel like a cinching in between your frontal hip bones. Your glutes should definitely be engaging to help you lift your hips, but not clenching. Let's take 2 more rounds like that, nice and slow. Take your time, move with your breath. And 1 more round. When you get done here, we're going to do a few windshield wipers. Open your arms to a cactus shape, widen your feet to the edges of your mat. Inhale, sway your knees to the right, turn your chin to your left shoulder. Exhale, sway your knees to the left, turn your chin to your right shoulder. Go side to side with your breath. Slow it down, try not to rush. Ujjayi breath is such a great breath for working focus and attention because it gives you an audible sound and a tactile sensation in the back of your throat. So feel that Ujjayi breath grazing the back of your throat. Hear that ocean sound as you breathe. And let it be a really clear focal point for your mind. We'll take 1 more round of windshield wipers. And then back to center. Lift your feet, hug your knees in, and rock a little bit side to side. From there, rock yourself up to sit. Rock yourself up to sit. And if you can, sit like a mermaid. Your feet out in front of you, swing them to the right. And your knees should point a little bit to the left and your feet to the right. Widen out that mermaid seat if you can, so the sole of your left foot touches your right inner thigh. This may not be particularly comfortable for your knees or your hips, and if that's the case, put a block underneath your hips or a blanket or a pillow, couch cushion, whatever you have handy. If you're comfortable that way on the mat, then you're fine. Stay on the mat. Now, reach your right arm out to the right. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now inhale, swing your right arm down and over and up to the left. Lean to your left hip, lift your right hip a little bit. Left fingertips off to the left for support. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, swing your right arm down and out to the right and let your right hip drop. Let's try it again. Inhale, swing it down and to the left and up. Lean to your left hip, lift your chest. Exhale, drop your hip, swing down and to the right. Take a few rounds at your own pace. Inhale. And Ujjayi. Exhale. Inhale. Nice and slow and deep. Exhale. Let's do 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, rock onto your left hip, lift your right hip a little bit, and then let that right hip sink back down. We'll do 1 more like that. Good. Now drop your right arm and bend your left elbow by your side. Inhale, stretch your left arm up by your left ear. Walk your right hand out to the right and exhale, side bend. Bend your right elbow a little bit, drop your shoulder. Inhale, come back up, bend your elbow down. And exhale, stretch up and side bend. Good. Now I take a few like this. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Ujjayi, especially as you exhale. It's such a simple pleasure to move, especially if you have been cooped up in your home today. Do your best to make your decisions about movement tonight based on what really feels good, what feels right to your body. Let's do 1 more round like this. And then come on to hands and knees for a moment. Let's take 3 cat-cows. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your sit bones. Exhale, tuck your tail, bow your head around your upper back, squeeze your navel in. Take 2 more like that. Ujjayi breath. And when you get done with your 3rd round, you might continue or you might take a quick down dog before we do our 2nd side mermaid flow. So down dog, as a warm-up, feel free to walk in place, shake out your head, no, nod your head yes. Stretch your spine out really long. Spread your fingers apart, get grounded across the base of your fingers. And externally rotate your upper arms a little bit. Take another deep, slow breath all the way in. Ujjayi all the way out. And then lower to your knees. And have a seat on your hips and swing your feet over to the left now. If you can get comfortable with wider knees and with the sole of your right foot touching your left inner thigh, so that left leg is kind of like a half hero's pose, then great. If not, narrower knees are fine. Prop up on a block or blanket if you need to. Now, reach your left arm out to the left. Take a full deep breath in and all the way out. Now inhale, swing it down and to the right, rock onto your right hip, lift your left hip. Just a little bit. Exhale, swing it down into the left and drop your left hip down. Inhale, down into the right. Really reach up through your left fingers. And exhale, let your left hip sink down as you open your arm up. Take a few more rounds. Inhale, a little twist. Lengthen your right side waist. Exhale, down and wide. 2 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. And 1 more. Good. Exhale. Drop your left arm, bend your right elbow at your side. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. Exhale, walk your left hand out to the left, side bend. Lean into the support of that left hand. Then inhale, come back up and bend your right arm down. Exhale, straighten it out, side bend. And take your time, move as a flow. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. Get connected to your Ujjayi breath again. Hear it, feel it. Watch it with your mind's eye. We'll take one more side bend pulse here. And when you get done, hands and knees, downward facing dog. Good. So, down dog, hands shoulder distance, feet sit bone distance, or a little wider if you're feeling tight. Now, on your next inhalation, come forward to plank pose. Tighten your ribs in, pull your navel in, push the mat away, stretch your shoulder blades apart. Grip your fingertips into the mat a little bit. It helps take some of the weight out of the heels of your hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees down for your first chaturanga. Lean your chest forward and lower down to your belly. From there, prop yourself up to Sphinx pose. And take a deep breath in. Push your elbows down into the mat a little bit. Lift your chest. As you exhale, like you're doing a cat pose, push into your forearms. Look down and round your upper back a little bit. If you want to keep going to a forearm plank, tuck your toes under. If you can, lift your knees. If not, keep your knees down. And exhale everything out. And we're going to move back and forth between Sphinx and forearm plank. So lower your pelvis. Inhale, Sphinx. Lift your chest up. Exhale, pull your chin in, your chest in, your ribs, your belly, and if you can, lift your knees. So keep going. If you like a deeper Sphinx, feel free as you inhale to lift your elbows up. Be mindful of how your low back feels in those Sphinxes. If it feels compressed or pinchy, you need more abdominal support for that back bend. And then you really want a lot of abdominal support for your forearm plank. A couple more rounds like that, nice and slow. Lengthen your neck, pull your shoulders down away from your ears as you Sphinx. And really firmly stretch your shoulder blades apart as you dolphin plank. Let's try one more round. One nice thing about Zoom is you can groan freely in core poses and no one will hear you. Unless you're Debbie or Karen tonight. All right, back to Sphinx one more time. Take a deep breath in. Lower yourself all the way down. Press yourself up, hands and knees, and head back to child's pose for a moment. Bow your head down, widen your knees if you need to get more comfortable, and breathe.
Not muted.
Take two more slow, deep breaths in your child's pose. And then come on up to hands and knees and find a tabletop position with shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Stretch your right leg back, straighten it out, and lift it up. Pull your ribs in, pull your belly in. Reach your left arm forward. Take a deep breath in. We're going to do these bird dogs a little differently than normal. As you exhale, lower your right toes and your left fingertips to touch the ground. Squeeze your belly in, and then inhale, lift your leg and arm again. Exhale, lower to touch the ground. Inhale, lift up. Try two more like that. Exhale, lower. Squeeze your ribs and belly in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. Good. Hands and knees, let's change sides. Stretch your left leg back. Pull your core in. Take your right arm forward. Take a deep breath in, lengthen fingers to toes, then exhale, lower to tap the ground. Squeeze your core in, keep it in as you inhale and lift back up. Exhale and lower. And inhale, lift up. Two more. Slow Ujjayi breaths. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. And one more. Lower. And inhale, lift. Good. Hands and knees, downward facing dog. And as you inhale, come forward to plank pose. Nice tight core. Knees up or down, chaturanga. Lean your chest forward, bend your elbows lower down. Now we cobra. Keep your pelvis down. Inhale, curl your chest up. Move your inner shoulders toward your outer shoulders. Puff your chest open a little bit, but hug your low ribs and your belly in. Take a deep breath and lift your gaze up. Exhale, lower back down to the ground. Try it again. Inhale, curl up. And exhale. Lower down. One more like that. Lift your pelvic floor, low belly, draw it way in. This time, hands and knees, back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet, forward fold at the back of your mat. Bend your knees if you need to get comfortable. Bow your head if you can. Dangle your whole spine. If it feels good, hold on to opposite elbows and let your shoulders hang. Relax your upper back. Relax your neck. Give your head a shake no. Give your head a nod yes. If it feels good, sway your whole torso side to side like you're gently shaking no with your whole upper body. Relax your jaw. Keep breathing your deep, slow Ujjayi breaths. And maybe a gentle little bob at center, like you're shaking, yes, your whole torso. Very gently, not a big bounce. We'll take one more slow, deep breath here. And then take your hands to the ground, bend your knees, chair pose. Lift your head and chest, take your arms up by your ears. Take a deep breath in, hips back behind you, a lot of weight in your heels. As you exhale, straighten your legs, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, standing camel, curl your chest up. Exhale, chair pose, arms up by your ears, nice and tight in your core. Inhale, standing camel, hands to your hips, straight legs, lift your chest. Exhale, chair pose, move your hips way back. Take a couple more rounds like that. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chair. And inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chair. Good. Drop your arms down, straighten your legs, and at the back of your mat, we're going to do a few heel lifts if we can. So as you inhale, reach your arms out and up, lift your heels, pull your low belly way in. Exhale, heels down, lift and spread your toes. That's my dog growling in the background if you hear that. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale. It's not my stomach or something. Heels down, lift and spread your toes. Try a couple more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. She's trying to get out back. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Yoga at home with pets. One more round. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, heels down, lift and spread your toes. Good. Drop your arms, relax your feet, step up to the top of your mat. If you're working with blocks and you find them handy, bring your blocks up to place on either side of the top of your mat, but no worries if you don't have them. It can be handy for a little bit of the kneeling work that we do to have a blanket or a cushion handy to put your knee down on as needed. And once you're in place there at the top of your mat, step your feet out slightly wide, so perhaps to the edges of your mat, toes out, heels in. We're going to start with a little squat vinyasa or squat flow. As you inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips back, hands to your heart, sink down into a squat, and then push back up. Inhale, reach up. Adjust your feet or your knees if you need to, wider or narrower. Everybody's hips move a little bit differently in a squat. So play around a little bit. You don't necessarily need to be going for depth, but if it feels good and as long as you're keeping a flat back and not rounding your back, then sink in a little lower. But maybe it feels a little better tonight to keep your hips up a little higher. Maybe they don't drop down below your knees. That would be fine. 2 more rounds like that. Slow, deep Ujjayi breath. And then last one. This time, as you come down, hands to the mat, step back to plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog with straight arms, pelvis hovering off the ground if you feel comfortable. But just like cobra, open your chest, move your shoulders back, hug your belly in, pull your throat in, take a deep breath in. Head back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Good. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, look up and reach up overhead. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, take a half forward fold with hands on your shins or thighs, flat back. Exhale, get your hands to the mat and crawl yourself slowly out to plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, lean your chest forward. Keep your core tight, lower down. Now we're going to take a little locust here. Hover your hands off the mat. Inhale, lift your head and chest, lift your legs and arms. Just gently squeeze your shoulder blades together, but keep your core really tight. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands and toes down. Press up either to hands and knees or straight to plank. And back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold at the back of your mat. From there, with as flat a back as you can, come all the way up to stand, look up and reach up. Take a deep breath in. And we go right back into our fold. Fold down and bow your head. Inhale, half forward fold, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. Crawl yourself out to plank pose. Take a breath in. Keep your core tight. Drop your knees if you need to. Chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, locust. Lift your chest and head, your legs and arms. Exhale, hands and knees or straight to plank. Back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Let's do it again. Exhale, hands back to your feet, forward fold, the back of your mat. Take a half forward fold. Inhale. And a full forward fold. Exhale. Come all the way up to stand. Look up and reach up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do one more round like this. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, crawl yourself out to plank. Take a breath in. Chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, locust. Exhale, hands and knees, downward facing dog. Now, either stay in your down dog and breathe deeply or drop it to child's pose if you need to catch your breath. But either way, slow, deep Ujjayi breath. Good. Feel how warm your body is becoming. Feel your heart rate a little elevated. Feel your breath rising and falling inside your body. Take another deep breath in and all the way out. Good. Lower to your knees and come to a tabletop position. We're going to take a side plank here if we can. Swing your right foot off your mat, stretch your left leg back, straight to the back of your mat, and take your left arm overhead and close to your left ear. All right, now tighten in your core a little bit, not so much that you start to hunch your back. Pull your right shoulder blade down your back and externally rotate your right arm a little bit. If a side bend feels good here, puff your left side ribs up a little bit, squeeze your right side ribs in. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Come back to hands and knees. We'll switch sides. Left foot swings off your mat. Right leg goes back, right arm up and over. From there, make sure your left arm is a little externally rotated, left shoulder blade broad and down your back. And then a little bit of tension in your core, belly and low ribs in, long neck. If your head is bowing forward, pull your chin in a little bit. Stretch a little longer on that right side. Take a deep breath in and exhale, hands and knees. Tuck your toes under for down dog. Lift your hips up and back. Look forward, inhale, lift your heels high. Bend your knees, rock back. Exhale, step or hop forward to your hands. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Take a half forward fold, inhale. And a full forward fold. Exhale. Come all the way up to stand. Look up and reach up. Hands to your heart. Exhale. All right, we're going to take a funny little side bend. It's going to be a curtsy side bend. So step your left foot back like you're going to curtsy back and behind your right foot a little bit. Take your right hand to your right hip and your left arm up by your left ear. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bend both knees, a little hint of a curtsy, and then side bend to the right. Take a breath in, feel that left side of your body side bending here. As you exhale, stand up and step your left foot forward. Right foot steps back behind your left foot and a little bit to the left side of your mat. And take your left hand to your left hip, right arm up by your right ear. Now a little curtsy, shift your weight back, both knees bend, and a little side bend to the left. Take a breath in. Exhale, mountain pose. We go side to side. Left foot steps back. Inhale, left arm up, side bend to the right. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, right foot steps back, bend both knees, curtsy, right arm up. Exhale, mountain pose. Keep going, take your time. It's a little bit weird, a little bit awkward, but it starts to get into some musculature around your hips, your lower spine, your deep belly, that are sometimes a little bit hard to get into. So a couple more rounds. As you side bend, lift up through your lower abdominals so you feel supported for your low back. Heading into our last round here. So the next time you side bend to the left with your right arm up overhead, you're done with that for the moment. Step your feet out to shoulder distance apart, bend your knees a little bit, and take a swinging twist. Swing your arms around you and breathe. Good. All right, slow your swing down. And step your feet back to sit bone distance apart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a half forward fold, inhale. And we're going to take a low lunge. Step your left foot back, lower your left knee down. If it makes sense to your body, add a little bit of padding under your left knee. And then lift your chest up. Tuck your left toes under. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, make fists, bend your elbows, roll your fists back. Now we're going to add on to that. Reach up, inhale. If we can, we're going to lift that left knee up and take a straight leg lunge, both legs straighten out. Then inhale, lower your knee down, reach up. Exhale, core support, lift your back knee if you can, straighten both legs. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, straight leg lunge. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, straight leg lunge. 2 more rounds like that. Inhale. Ujjayi. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And Ujjayi. Exhale. Good. Low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, plank if you want Vinyasa, Chaturanga, Cobra or Up Dog, back to Downward Facing Dog. Now from there, be mindful if you have a cushion or blanket on your mat. Inhale, look forward, lift your heels up. Exhale, bend your knees, rock back, step or hop forward to your hands, forward fold. Take a half forward fold, inhale, and a full forward fold. Exhale, come all the way up to stand. Look up, reach up, hands to your heart. All right, let's do that on the second side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a half forward fold, inhale. And then bend your knees a little bit, step your right foot back, lower your right knee down. Put some padding under that knee if it makes sense, and then lift your chest up into your crescent lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. First we just do a row with our arms. Make fists, bend your elbows, pull back, open your chest. Tuck your right toes under. Inhale, reach up. If you can now, lift your right knee and straighten both legs. Hug your outer hips in. Inhale, lower down slowly and reach up. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor. Pull in through your lower spine as you lift. Keep going with your breath. Slow, deep Ujjayi breaths. Heading into our last round now. And this time, as you lower your knee down, reach up one more time. And then exhale, dismount. You can head to down dog, of course, but chaturanga if you want vinyasa. Cobra or up dog. Back to your downward facing dog. Take a few slow, deep breaths in your down dog. Good. One more like that. Good. Now lower down to your knees and come to a tabletop position. We're going to do a plank to dolphin plank flow, which in a moment you might lift your knees for, but let's feel it with our knees down. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower your right forearm down and then your left forearm down. Tighten your core. Inhale, right hand where your right elbow was, left hand where your left elbow was. Take a breath in. Exhale, left forearm down, right forearm down. Inhale, left hand, right hand. If you want that in full plank, tuck your toes under, lift your knees. Take a breath in. Here we go. Exhale, right forearm down, left forearm down. Hop or widen your knees or feet. Right hand where your right elbow was, left hand where your left elbow was. Hop your feet narrow or step your knees in. Take a breath in. Exhale, left forearm down, right forearm down. Hop or widen your feet. Left hand, right hand. We're going to go as a flow. Take a breath in. Exhale, right forearm, left forearm. Hop your feet together. Right hand, left hand. Hop your feet wide. Left forearm, right forearm. Hop your feet together. Left hand, right hand. Hop your feet wide. When will it end? One more round. Right forearm, left forearm. Hop your feet together. Right hand, left hand. Hop your feet wide. Left forearm, right forearm. Hop your feet together. Left hand, right hand. Hop your feet wide. Knees down. Child's pose with wide knees. Shift your hips back. Notice how little you're thinking about anything else but your body, your breath, your yoga mat. Maybe how annoyed you are with me at this moment after that flow. Maybe not. Good. Breathe deeply. All right, take another slow deep breath in your child's pose. And then come up to hands and knees and find a comfortable seat. Maybe hero's pose, maybe cross legs. Okay, inhale, take your arms up. Bend your right elbow, grab hold with your left hand. Little tricep stretch. Hold and breathe. Let it be simple for a moment. Let your sit bones get heavy. Pull in through your low belly, low ribs a little bit. If you can, gently nudge that right elbow back just slightly. Breathe deeply. Take one more slow, deep breath like that. And then lower your arms down and give your arms a gentle swing forward and back. Slow that swing down and take your arms up overhead again. Bend your left elbow, grab hold with your right hand. Gently encourage that left elbow back just slightly. And notice if you're back bending, you're tilting your pelvis forward, lengthen your tailbone, let your sit bones get heavy. If your chest is drooping, do your best to push your head back a little bit. Lift your breastbone up. Drop your shoulders. Relax your neck. Breathe as deeply, slowly as you can. One more round like that. Good. And bring your arms down. Come on up to stand. Come on up to stand. And step out wide on your mat. Step out wide on your mat and turn your toes out and your heels in. Now inhale, reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, hands to your heart, horse stance, sink down. Good. Tailbone down, knees squeeze wide apart, lift your chest up. Now take your arms up by your ears. That's going to challenge your core a little bit more. So squeeze your navel in. Drop your shoulders a little bit, but lift up through the sides of your rib cage. Try 2 more breaths if you can. And now hands to your thighs. Stick your hips out behind you, lean your chest forward. If you get a good inner thigh stretch that way, stay there. If you want to get in deeper, take your forearms down to your inner thighs, but try to flatten out your back. Now, take a deep breath in. We're going to twist here. As you exhale, twist to the right. Pull your right shoulder up and back a little bit. Turn your chin to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Try a couple rounds. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Try one more round. Exhale, twist right. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. Back to center. Inhale. Straighten your legs. Come on up to stand. Good. Heel toe or hop your feet together. Heel toe or hop your feet together. Good. You guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Okay, now we're going to do a little moving quad stretch if we can. So I'm just going to turn sideways so you have a different view of this. If you need to step close to a wall or a piece of furniture to hold on to, please do. Pick your right foot up. Hold on to your right foot or ankle. Take your left arm toward the ceiling. Now, take a breath in. We're going to move into and out of this side to side. So exhale, lower your foot, lower your arm. Pick your left foot up. Hold on to your left foot or ankle. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, lower down. If you can't easily reach your foot, don't worry. Just bend your knee like a hamstring curl and reach for your foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left foot lifts up, right arm up. Exhale, lower. Try that again. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. This time we're going to add on, if we can, inhale, a little moving king dancer. Push your foot back, hinge your hips forward, and then come back to your quad stretch and bring your hands down. So left foot picks up, right arm up. Take a breath in. Exhale, push your foot back if you can, lift your knee up. And inhale back to your quad stretch, bring everything down. Try a couple rounds. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. You can breathe at a pace that makes sense to you here. We're going to try another round, side to side. So our last round will be left side quad stretch, left side king dancer, back to quad stretch, and then arms come down. Good. Step up to the top of your mat. And we're going to try a little balance beam flow here, which will be a little wibbly wobbly. So wiggle your feet together, and if you can, cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. So now your right foot is on the outside of your left foot. If that's too much strain for your hips or legs, then keep your feet under your hips but lift your right heel up. Now from there, inhale, lift your arms, reach out and up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold, and we're going to pause here for a moment. If it makes sense to put your hands up on a yoga block or two, if you have them, please do. If not, if you don't have props around, but you don't want to take your hands to the floor, bring your hands up to your thighs and flatten your back out that way. Now if you can, bow all the way down. Relax your neck, bow your head. Slow your breath down a little bit. Now after your next slow deep breath, we're going to step back to a balance beam lunge. So uncross your ankles, step your right foot back and lower your knee down. If you need to, add padding. But like you're on a balance beam, your right knee behind your left heel. Now lift your chest up. This is a little wibbly wobbly, so it helps to square your hips a little bit, hug your left thigh back a little bit. It helps to pull in through your core. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. And as you exhale, take your hands to your heart and twist to the left. Lean out over your left thigh and bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Push your elbow and knee into one another. If you're having trouble twisting that deeply, back yourself off and bring your outer forearm to that left knee. If you cannot find balance here, then definitely widen your foot and your knee away from each other toward the edges of your mat. Now lunge in a little bit and breathe. One more option if you want it. We're going to add a quad stretch. Bend your right knee, reach your left hand back. So now you could, like thinker style, make a fist with your right hand and rest your chin on your fist. Okay. Choose the elements that make sense for tonight and leave out the rest. And then breathe. Just like this pose is extremely awkward and weird, this whole online yoga class Zoom experience is awkward and weird. Embrace it and take one more breath. And then slowly bring your hands down to the mat and straighten your right leg out. We're going to step back to a crossed ankle down dog if we can. So step your left foot back and cross your left ankle behind your right ankle. Now from there, inhale, come forward to plank pose with your crossed ankles. Exhale, chaturanga. If you need to, drop your knees. You've got your crossed ankles. Squeeze your inner thighs together a little bit. Inhale, cobra. Curl up. Exhale, hands and knees back to down dog with those crossed ankles. Now take your left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, balance beam style. Step forward and line up your left heel with your right knee. Drop your knee down. For one round, inhale, take your arms out and up, crescent lunge, balance beam style. Exhale, bring your hands down, step up to the top of your mat and cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. Now from there, we're going to try to come all the way up to stand. Inhale, look up and reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good, well done. Uncross your ankles. Give your legs a little jiggle. Good. And then we change sides. Left ankle in front of the right. And if you need to, uncross and lift your left heel up. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Find your blocker blocks if they're helpful, or bring your hands up to your thighs for a little bit more support. If you can, bow your head. Relax your neck and shoulders. Breathe there. Stay committed to your Ujjayi breathing, and we'll try 2 more rounds of breath. Now uncross your ankles. Step your left foot back to a balance beam lunge with some optional padding under your knee. So left knee right behind your right heel, right knee over your right ankle. Lift your chest and come on up to your crescent lunge. Now reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Lean forward a little bit. Twist to the right. Left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Push your knee a little bit against your elbow. Back the twist off if you need to. Now you can stay there and kind of wibble and wobble and work on turning on all of your stabilizing muscles in your lower body. Or you can add a quad stretch and make it even a little weirder. Reach your right arm back. You could do thinker pose now. Make a fist with your left hand. Rest your chin on your fist. You're lunging forward. You're twisting to the right. We're adding a lot of elements into this, but you could back off anywhere that you need to. Relax your jaw. Breathe, breathe. We're almost there. One more round. And slowly back off. Get your hands to the mat and step your right foot back. Cross your right ankle behind your left ankle. Right ankle behind your left ankle in down dog. Now inhale, plank with crossed ankles. Exhale. Chaturanga, lower down. Point your left toes, inhale, cobra. Squeeze your inner thighs in a little bit. Exhale, hands and knees, downward facing dog. Right leg up and back, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose around your back. Step balance beam style, right foot forward, left knee drops down. Inhale for one breath, lift your chest up, reach out and up. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat, cross your left ankle in front of your right ankle, and bow. Now we try to come all the way up to stand. Hug your inner thighs in. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Uncross your ankles, give your legs a little jiggle. We're going to do one more pose before we go to the wall and try to get an inversion in here. I call this one Russian Dancer. Step out wide on your mat. Again, angle your toes out and your heels in. Now this pose is kind of like a spidey lunge, a side lunge. But we're going to try to keep our spine elevated the way we do in horse stance rather than tilting forward. Let's make it really Russian and cross our arms out in front of our chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your right knee and shift your weight to the right a little bit, almost like you're doing a warrior two with a slightly different leg position. Now if you can, rock up to your left heel and point your left toes toward the ceiling. Sink down a little deeper if you can, find an inner thigh stretch. Inhale, straighten your legs, set your left foot down. Exhale, bend your left knee, shift out to the left, and if you can, pop up to your right heel, point your toes toward the ceiling. Take a breath in. You guys make amazing Russian dancers. Exhale, straighten. Let's go side to side. Inhale, right knee bends. Pop up to your left heel, exhale, straighten. Inhale, left knee bends, pop up to your right heel. Exhale, straighten. Good, side to side, couple more rounds. Make sure that right knee is pointing in the direction of your toes. Try to lengthen your tailbone down. Squeeze your belly in, keep your chest lifted. One more round, side to side. Good. Yes. Good. Bring your arms down, heel toe, or hop your feet together and give your legs a little shake. All right, if you are working with any kind of wall space or door that you can invert up against, find your way there. You might have to bring me along with your device, your laptop or your phone. If you're not interested in inverting actively and you do have a wall space, then lie on your back for a little while and take your legs up the wall. One last option, if you are not going to invert in any which way, try your hand either in down dog or in dolphin with one leg lifted at a time. So you're either in your forearms in a down dog position or in your traditional down dog. All right, so take yourself over to your wall space if you're not quite there yet. And before we are completely out of gas, we're going to try some handstands. Okay, so come on down to hands and knees. In a tabletop position, shoulders over wrists. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, walk your feet in a little bit. Lift one leg, notice which leg it is. Take a breath in, keep looking down. As you exhale, Give that leg a little kick and see if you can take your opposite leg up to the wall. Might take a few kicks. Even if you don't make it to the wall, kicking is a great cardio practice. If you make it to the wall, pull your ribs in a lot. Externally rotate your arms. Shoulder blades stretching apart. Make your legs really active. Grip your fingertips down into the mat like you're clawing down into a pile of sand with each hand. Keep breathing, Ujjayi, breathing, breathing. Beautiful, guys. A couple more breaths on this side. Good, if you're still up, slowly come on down, take a little break. Find a comfortable seat or stand up if you prefer. And squeeze your right wrist with a pulsing squeeze. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Good. And change the direction, change sides there. Squeeze your left wrist. Let your breath slow down a little bit. Good. And now make fists and circle your fists around. And change the direction. Good. And give your hands a little shake. All right, if you have one more handstand in you, we're going to kick up with our non-dominant leg this time. So take yourself over to your wall. If you're starting to get tired and you feel your elbows flaring out to the sides, put a strap on if you have one to help support that so your shoulders stay safe. Now when you're ready, toes tuck under, knees lift up, opposite leg lifts, and give a kick. See what happens. Try to control with your core on the way up, and if you make it up, as you stay there, control. Ribs in, belly in. Breathe. Good. Another breath or two if you're still upside down. And then come on down and find a comfortable seat again on your mat. Good. Stretch your arms out wide when you get there. Make fists. Turn your knuckles down toward the ground and stretch your outer wrist. Now as you inhale, rotate your arms internally so your knuckles point back toward the wall behind you. As you exhale, like your Popeye, bend your elbows, but keep curling your fists in. Let's do that again. Inhale, straighten. Turn your knuckles back behind you. Exhale, bend your elbows, curl your fist in. Try a couple more like that. Inhale. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Give your hands a shake. Good. And make a lotus shape with your hands. Bring the heels of your hands together. Widen your fingers apart. Now, roll to your thumbs, then bring the backs of your hands together. Then point your fingertips toward your chest and do it again. So we'll roll around. Circular release for your wrists. And change the direction. Good. Give your hands a shake. All right, now sit with your feet out in front of you. We're going to do one more little core activity here, and I'm going to call it row the boat. So interlace your fingers in front of your chest. Take a breath in, sit up really tall, and as you exhale, lean back a little bit and lift your feet off the floor. Try not to round your back. Now, start to straighten your left leg out. Right knee stays bent. We're going to row our fists like we're dipping into the water and pulling back to the right. And then change your legs. Left knee bends, right leg straightens, row your little imaginary oar to the left. So side to side now. You're rowing toward the bent leg side. Good. Aren't you glad you joined class tonight? Couple more rounds, try not to round your back. One more. Row right, row left, and then down onto your back. Hug your knees in. Rock side to side. Drop your left foot, cross your right ankle over your left knee, reclined pigeon. If you can, pick up and hold on behind your left thigh or the front of your left shin. If not, slide a little prop under your left foot. Now, gentle sway side to side. Stretch out your outer right hip. Take 2 more slow, deep breaths on this side. Good, and then drop your left foot down, straighten your legs, take your arms overhead, hook your thumbs, point your toes, arch your back a little bit. Take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Now before we do that on our second side, we're going to do something else first. So bend your knees, lift your feet, hug your knees in, and rock yourself up to sit. Come over onto hands and knees. So we're going to try now a right side forward folding pigeon. So we'll start in down dog. Take your right leg up and back. Inhale, fire hydrant. Bend your knee, open your hip. And exhale, bring your right knee forward to the back of your right wrist. Set your shin down. Now, take a deep breath in, pop up if you can to your fingertips, lift your chest. Then we're going to go back to down dog again and fire hydrant, right leg up and back, bend your knee, open your hip. Try it again. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bring your knee forward, set it down, shin down, knee back of the right wrist. As your left knee comes down, walk your fingertips back a little bit if you can. Lift your chest. Take a breath in. And then put your palms back down and step back down dog. Let's try it one more time. Inhale, fire hydrant. When you're ready, exhale. Shin bone comes forward, pigeon. One more time, lift your chest. Inhale. And now exhale. If you need to find props to make yourself comfortable in pigeon, find them, a blanket or block for your outer right hip, a block to rest your head on. You might be fine just as you are, and stack your forearms up, rest your head down. And now breathe. Keep working on your Ujjayi breath. And take one more round here, nice and slow and deep. Now lift your head and chest a little bit. If you're working with props, move them to the side. Roll to your right outer hip, swing your left leg around. Good. One more thing before we start the whole cycle over. So reverse plank flow. Take your hands back behind you. Rest on your palms, either fingertips pointing back or fingertips pointing forward. Puff your chest up, inhale. That might be enough for now. Exhale. If you can lift your hips without a strain, great. Then lift your chest a little bit higher. Inhale. And exhale. Lower your hips, but don't droop your chest. Lead with your chest again. Inhale. If you can, lift your hips. Without letting your chest sag, lower your hips down. Try a few more rounds there. Inhale, hips lift up. But really your chest chest is really lifting. Lower down. Let's try one more. Inhale. Chest lifts. Good. Exhale. Lower down. Roll onto your back and cross your left ankle above your right knee for pigeon on the left side. And pick up and hold on if you can to that right leg. If it feels good, add a gentle little sway of your pelvis side to side. Take another slow, deep breath here, all the way in, all the way out. And then set your right foot down, uncross your legs, straighten them out for a moment. Take your arms overhead, hook your thumbs, stretch out, point your toes, deep breath in, out through your mouth. Arms come down, hug your knees in, and rock yourself up to sit. Come on to hands and knees. And then to downward facing dog. Now when you get there, inhale, left leg lifts up and back, fire hydrant. Open that hip up to the left. Exhale, get set up for left side pigeon. Left shin comes down and forward, right knee lowers down. Hop up to your fingertips for a moment and lift your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, back to down dog. And then to fire hydrant. Take a deep breath in and fire hydrant. And exhale, pigeon. Bring your shin down and forward. Set your right knee down. Inhale, lift your chest up. And exhale, down dog. We've got one more round. Inhale, left leg up and back. Open your hip. Exhale, shin comes forward. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest. And then fold yourself down and add any props you need to be comfortable while you're here. And breathe. And one more deep, slow breath all the way in, all the way out. And then lift your head a little bit, rock to your outer left hip, swing your right leg around. Bring your feet out in front of you. We're rapidly moving toward relaxation. We're going to do one more little reverse plank flow if we can. This time, point your fingertips back toward the wall behind you and rest on your palms. Knees bent, feet hip distance. Like we did before, lift your chest up. Inhale. Lead with your chest, but lift your hips up. And it's okay to stay like this, but if you can, put your weight in your right arm and take your left arm up and over your ear. It's a little bit of a side bending reverse plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, keep your chest puffed up. If you need to, lower your hips, but place your left hand back down. And then lead with your chest. Move your weight into your left arm. Take your right arm up and over your right ear. Externally rotate that left arm. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Might be safer for your shoulder to lower your hips, but you might be able to get that right hand back down. Let's try a couple rounds side to side if we can. Inhale. Left arm by your left ear. Exhale. Reverse plank. Inhale. Right arm by your right ear. Exhale. Reverse plank. One more round. If you can, inhale. And exhale. And last round, inhale. Good. Exhale, lower yourself down and roll all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees in gently for a moment. And let's spinal twist. Drop your left foot, cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Shift your hips to the right side of your mat a little bit, and then sway your knees to the left. If you need to uncross your legs to get comfortable, do. Reach your right arm out to the right. Scoot your left shoulder to the left a little bit. And now, like a loose half eagle, bring your left arm across your chest. I like to hold my right shoulder or right upper arm when I do that. It gives me something to anchor down into. But you might be more comfortable just letting your arm drape. Trying to stretch that left shoulder blade a little bit wider away from your back. And put a little weightedness down through your right shoulder. So your twist feels just a little bit deeper. If it doesn't feel good, let it go, but breathe into it if you stay. Good. Finish up one more slow, deep breath. And then unwind arms and legs and rock back onto your back. Shift your hips to center, pick your feet up, hug your knees in. Put your hands on your kneecaps and stir a few circles around into the back of your pelvis. And then change the direction. Good, and drop your right foot down, cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Shift your hips to the left side of your mat a little bit, sway your knees to the right. Reach your left arm to the left, and then try half eagle. Bring your right arm across your chest. If it makes sense, grab hold of your left arm or shoulder. Try to scooch that right shoulder blade a little bit more broadly away from your spine on the right. And then settle in and breathe. Notice even if you're sweaty and worn out and wrung out, notice how good it feels to have really directed your energy towards something positive, toward building something in your mind and your body. Unwind your arms and legs now and gently rock back onto your back. Shift your hips to center, and one more time, hug your knees in and rock a little side to side. Well, think about what you need now to be comfortable and warm for relaxation. You might take a moment and put on more clothes, grab a blanket or two, pillow for behind your knees perhaps. Anything you need now. And then as you find your way onto your back, just stretch your spine out really long. Broaden your shoulder blades apart. Rest on the backs of your arms and backs of your hands if you can. Lengthen your tailbone down a little bit towards your heels. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. Fear is only as deep as the mind allows. In this time of uncertainty, we need to have routines and rituals that are certain, that anchor us in the moment. Came across a quote something that Rosa Parks said. Rosa Parks said, "I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear." When one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Make your mind up now to stay as present in the moment as you can for this Shavasana. Feel the back of your body supported by the floor beneath you. Feel your breath rising and falling inside your body. Feel your next breath move in through your nose and into your lungs, out of your lungs, out through your nose. Feel your chest and your rib cage rising and falling. Feel your belly rising and falling. A little bit at a time, begin to relax your whole body. Your feet are relaxing. Your feet are relaxing. Your feet are relaxing. Your feet are relaxed. Your legs are relaxing. Your legs are relaxing. Your legs are relaxing. Your legs are relaxed. Your hips are relaxing. Your hips are relaxing. Your hips are relaxing. Your hips are relaxed. Your belly is relaxing. Your belly is relaxing. Your belly is relaxing. Your belly is relaxed. Your chest is relaxing. Your chest is relaxing. Your chest is relaxing. Your chest is relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxing. Your shoulders are relaxing. Your shoulders are relaxing. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your arms are relaxing. Your arms are relaxing. Your arms are relaxing. Your arms are relaxed. Your hands are relaxing. Your hands are relaxing. Your hands are relaxing. Your hands are relaxed. Your back is relaxing. Your back is relaxing. Your back is relaxing. Your back is relaxed. Your neck is relaxing. Your neck is relaxing. Your neck is relaxing. Your neck is relaxed. Your head is relaxing. Your head is relaxing. Your head is relaxing. Your head is relaxed. Your body is relaxing. Your body is relaxing. Your body is relaxing. Your body is relaxed. Your mind is relaxing. Your mind is relaxing. Your mind is relaxing. Your mind is relaxed. If your mind has wandered away from your breath, gently guide it back. And now take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. And gently start to wake yourself up. Move your fingers and your toes gently, your wrists and your ankles. And then stretch your arms overhead. Straighten your legs a little straighter. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out when you're ready. Bring your arms down slowly. Bend your knees and roll to one side. Once you are all the way on your side, take one more deep breath in. Easy breath out. Use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a seat. Once you make it up to sit, take a moment to get settled. Drop your shoulders. Inhale, open your arms wide. Exhale, hands to your heart. Namaste.